Next week are Petula Clark, Truman Capote, Jane Fonda, Otto Preminger, Rex Reed, comedian Robert Klein, Mike Wallace, FCC Commissioner Nicholas Johnson, and co-star of Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, Dolly Reed. Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. How could there be anything beyond the Valley of the Dolls?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I haven't seen that picture yet.
Here's something I never asked a film actor before. When a movie is bad, who in the business gets the blame? Somebody probably has to, and I don't know if I'm asking a good question or not.
Yeah, it's a very good question, and it's a silly thing. We do. The actors do, especially if you're starring, and it says George Peppard in such and such. I must say they're stupid about it both ways, though. That is, if the picture flops, it's your fault, but if it's successful, it's supposed to be you're supposed to have done it, and neither one is true, with some exceptions. For instance, Patton is, I think, a marvelous film because of the performance of George Scott. But there were not that many marvelous films or marvelous performances, so most of the time you're doing a film, and then they keep little lists. And I've never seen one, but I know they exist, and they will tell you who is number one in Italy, who is number one in Jakarta, or Greece.
You mean box office?
Yeah. Right.
Who is number one in Jakarta?
Well,
I just wondering.
I don't know. But they really believe in that. And if say, we're talking about the Carpetbaggers, and it sold a lot of tickets, and they said, well, you know, that Peppard, he's really got something. And I kind of laughed because the book had sold 5 million copies, and it was well directed, beautifully shot, had some fine performances in it, a decent score, and a very likable character. I mean, likable in the sense that people like to watch him do his thing. And they say, gee, that's marvelous. Then if you do a picture that does not do well at the box office, they say, well, just can't do it, I guess. It's weird.
Well, I wonder if anything will ever change that.
I don't think so. American audiences have changed considerably because of the medium that we're on here. But European audiences haven't. They will go to see somebody. You're in a picture and they like you, they'll go.
Regardless of who made it, or...
Practically, regardless of the quality, too. Pictures play for about 3 years to get all the way around the world. And it might mean that one of your new pictures is playing in the front and an old picture in the same town, somewhere in South America. And I've gotten fan letters where a picture that I thought was pretty good and a picture I thought was a real disaster playing in the same town, and the fan letter say they like them both the same.
What do you make of that?
I don't really know.
I think no taste.
No, I think the worldwide audience for films is not nearly as discriminating as the American audience.